your time today.
Okay.
Well, I want to talk about a couple things that hopefully you can relate to. Have you ever gotten discombobulated? Can't hear me?
No.
Okay. I've never had anyone say they couldn't hear me before. They usually said they hear too much. Okay. Is this better?
There it is.
Okay. Anyway, at a certain age, I found that I sometimes get discombobulated. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it was amazing when I found out that just one word can make the difference on what something means. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
I got a text message on my phone, and it said, I overdrew my account, and it said, we're going to give you 24 hours with grace. Wow, that is really nice. They're going to give me 24 hours with a nice lady named Grace to help me get my account together. So I marched down to my bank. I went up to the counter and I said, hey, I'm here to see Grace. Well, they looked at me like something was wrong, and I went, I don't know what's wrong with these young people. They just don't get it. So they sent the manager up, and the manager said, excuse me? I said, I'm here to see Grace. They said, we don't have anyone here by that name. I said, yes, you do. I have right on my phone, it says that you're giving me 24 hours with Grace. No, we're giving you 24 hours of grace. Then we won't charge you all these outrageous fees. Okay, discombobulated, can I say. But you know, even though I sometimes get discombobulated, people need to know, people of a certain age, you know, we like companionship too. Nobody wants to think about mom or nana having a relationship with someone. We like sitting around and holding someone's hand. We like looking at the stars and thinking about the old days, right? Well, I thought about it, and I said, okay, if you think about it, I don't know if you know who Bill Belichick is, but he is a very, very rich football coach. And he's a man in his 70s, and he has a girlfriend in her 20s. Yeah. Now, I'm quite sure it has absolutely nothing to do with all that money he has in his bank account. I'm sure she truly loves her.
He still has.
So, yeah, and so apparently he still got it. Well, I don't have a big bank account, but I still got it. You want to hear an example of that?
Yes.
I was sitting in a restaurant with a friend. I went to the bathroom and came back, and I couldn't help but notice these men were looking at me. I said, wow, because I still got it. So I said, oh my goodness. They were smiling and pointing. I said, well, the pointing is a little rude, but I still got it. Wow. So of course I slowed down a little bit so I could figure out what I still had that they were looking at. So I continued to walk, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this young man running toward me, and I went, oh my gosh, I'm creating stalkers, because I still got it. So as I approached the table and I got ready to sit down, this young man, he leaned down, and I felt the warmth of his breath on my cheek, and I smelled his cologne, and I went, oh. And then he said, ma'am, you've got toilet paper on your shoe. Oh. So I took my foot, and I took it off, and I sat down. Shortly after, the waitress comes, and she says, you still got it. I said, oh, I am so flattered. Thank you so much. She said, no, I mean, you still got toilet paper on your shoe. But that's okay, because one last thing, I am delighted to report that my husband thinks I still got it, so that makes me very happy. So I was getting ready to go to the grocery store, and I said, dear, I'm getting ready to go to the grocery store. Do you need anything? And he said, no, I'm good. I said, okay. I said, well, I'll be back in about an hour. He said, wait a minute, an hour? You can't leave that long. I need you here. I said, I'm only going to be gone a little while. You'll be okay. understand. I can't go that long without you here. And I went, what? Come on, calm down, calm down. So I told him where the remote was. And he was okay. But I actually got the last laugh because as I sat in my car and I got ready to start the engine, I told him where I thought the remote was. Uh-oh. Well, guess what? I still got it. Thank you.
Yay!
I just went in your